Welcome to day 7. Today we get to see our little baby, and he actually starts to look like a little baby chick. We'll do a close-up later. We got to get everything checked for our big 3. Our incubator's all set. It's got the water in it. The temperature looks good, and it's rotating. We're really excited. We are at the end of week 1. Just 2 more weeks till we get to see our babies. Here's a close-up of today's picture. Look, he's looking right at us. He's got 2 eyeballs. Here's his little head and his abdomen. Remember that word from yesterday? Abdomen? That's his little part right here. Isn't that super exciting? If we looked under the microscope, we would be able to see main divisions of the legs and the wings. He's got a little comb beginning to grow. That's that little part that grows on top of their head. His egg tooth is beginning to form, and he's starting to have voluntary movement. In today's picture, you can really see all the blood vessels encasing the entire yolk as the allantois connects everything to the little baby. You can also see the amnion growing around him pretty clearly in this picture as well. Egg tooth is one of our words of the day. That's this little part on the baby's beak that allows them to break through the shell of their egg. Our other words of the day today are data and evaporation. Data is any numbers we use to collect information about our eggs. We could see how long they are, what is their circumference or how long they are around. We could measure their weight. We could record that it's turning and all kinds of different things. If I were a farmer, that kind of information would help me to determine which eggs are the best. The scientist collects as much data as possible from whatever situation they are observing. Scientists will record this in their scientific notebook. Do you have a scientific notebook? If you don't, now is a great time to start one. Go out and see what you can observe. Our last word for today is evaporation. That's when a liquid, like the water here in this jar, turns into a gas or is vaporized. Water will evaporate into the air depending on how hot or cold it is in the temperature of the room or outside, wherever your scientific experiment is set up. It's one of those things to be careful for. We have to make sure that there's enough water in the air inside our incubator to keep the chicks happy. If they were under mom in a nest, mom would help regulate that temperature and the humidity, which is the amount of water in the air. But in our incubator, we, the scientists, have to be the one to control that. That's why we have to check the water level to make sure everything's good in there. If the egg gets too dry, the chick won't be able to hatch out. If it gets too wet, the chick won't be able to breathe appropriately. We want to make sure that they have just the perfect amount of water so then the air inside will have good humidity. Everything the baby chicken needs to grow, live, and survive is inside that egg. As it grows, the egg white or albumin, some of the water that's in that will actually start to evaporate, leaving behind the proteins that the baby's going to use. The baby will use all of the nutrients in the albumin and all of the nutrients that is in the yolk before hatching. We regulate the humidity so the membrane inside the shell allows for water to evaporate through that membrane. Let's update the word wall. I can't wait to see what tomorrow holds. Come back and join us then.